welcome to First Things First. I raise a cup to you, Kevin Wildes, Nick Wright, Antoine Walker, all smiles. Great night of basketball. Great show for you this morning on a Friday.
I don't know.
Well,
it
depends night. Who's rooting for who.
Great night.
If you're Nick Wright, it was a great night. We'll get to all of that. Coming up, can the Rockets' small ball formula help them win a title? We'll talk some football. Have Brady and Gronk turned back the clock. We will discuss whether this is a must-win for the Clippers, but it is August 21st. I promised my now 7-year-old daughter, Harper, who's standing right here after all these months doing studio shows, that I would let her come on to wish her a very happy birthday. She watches from just feet away every day, not understanding what we're talking about. So happy birthday, Harper. Have a great day, okay? Antoine Walker and all the guys say happy birthday. All right, we are going to start this morning as she walks right in front of that camera with the reason Nick is so happy today. Here we go. Lakers, Blazers. Hey, we said that the Lakers needed more out of Anthony Davis, especially late in the game. Last night, they certainly got it. 31 points, 11 rebounds. Oh, and all the credit since LeBron James had himself a quiet night. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6 turnovers from the King. For Portland, tough night for them. Damian Lillard jamming up his left index finger in the third. X-rays came back negative, but definitely something to watch there. All right. Let's kick off this conversation with you, Nick. Did last night prove your prediction right that the Lakers will, in fact, win this series in 5? A little gentleman's sweep.
Well, listen, it hasn't been proven right yet, but it will be. Lakers in 5 always made the most sense, and you saw why last night. And once again, though, I got to say, Anthony Davis did nothing in the fourth. But that's because they were up 30 going into the fourth, so he didn't have to play much in the fourth. So, listen, the Blazers are in real trouble. So, Wildes, let me ask you a question real quick. It's a similar question that Jenna asked you a bunch of times yesterday. What time is it?
Oh, he never got it right.
It was supposed to be Dame time, but Anthony Davis's foot hit his finger. It would have turned into Dame time in the fourth quarter.
That's not an answer. That's not an answer. That's not an answer. I'm taking it back from you.
He still doesn't have the answer.
No, let me tell you what time it is. It's damn near midnight for your Cinderella Blazers.
Oh,
it's been a great run. It's been fun. But this is the end of the road. And the reason, Antoine, why when Jenna and Wildes were imploring me to say I was nervous after game 1, accusing me of lying to America by not admitting alleged nervousness existed, was because what the Lakers did poorly in game 1 was outlierish, and what they did well was they are able to duplicate. And what you saw, they weren't going to have a historically bad three-point shooting night again. Anthony Davis wasn't going to shoot 33% from the field again. But that defense that held the Blazers to 21, 21, and 22 points in the final 3 quarters of game 1, guess what it held the Blazers to in the first 3 quarters of game 2? 19, 20, and 19. Since the Blazers have been in the bubble, basically their 6 worst offensive quarters have come in the 8 quarters against the Lakers. So, Antoine, if this Blazers team isn't scoring 120, they're not going to beat a good, much less a great basketball team. So, yeah, to me, Lakers in 5 is still very much the pick, and certainly Lakers to win the series was resoundingly answered last night, Antoine.
Well, Nick, first of all, I never picked the Lakers to lose this series. I said this series would go probably 6 or 7. I still believe it will go 6 or 7. This is a series. One thing you got to understand is that the Portland Trail Blazers have played great basketball over the last, 10 games, where they've had to fight tooth and nail. They would do, Nick, they would do for a performance like this. They would do for a bad shooting night. Dame was due for a night that he didn't have everything going. So you can't put everything on this game. The Lakers did what they're supposed to do. As a championship team, a team that they believe that they can win a championship, the Lakers responded and came out with a big win. I don't care if you win by 10, 15, or 30. They did what they're supposed to do, tied this series up and got it even. If I'm the Portland Trail Blazers, I feel really good about myself. We had one bad shooting night. We wasn't able to keep up. LeBron James had 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. You're holding the best player in the league under control with not many bodies to throw at him. I still feel like Portland has a really good chance to win this series. They're going to take it deep. They're playing good basketball. When you're able to shut down the King the way they have, you got to give them a lot of credit. I know it was a blowout in the second half. It got to 30 points, but they've controlled LeBron, and I'm shocked. I am totally shocked of how they've been able to control LeBron with not a lot of bodies. Anthony Davis was a lot better. The energy of the Lakers was second to none from top to bottom with their defense. They trapped Dame early. As soon as he crossed half, did not give him a lot of open opportunities. But the Lakers, Portland was really due for a performance like this tonight. So this is a good series. The series is going to go deep. It's 1-1, and we'll see what happens on Saturday.
There you go, Wilds.
Oh.
Something to hang your hat on.
I'm on an emotional roller coaster, Jenna. I started off, I've been sad for 8 hours now, almost since the first quarter. I've been upset. Antoine saying he doesn't care if we lose by 30 or 40 or 5. It doesn't matter.
They won in the loss, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Nick Wright. You lose and you still win. It feels good. I just wanted to run through some of my sadder moments, Antoine. But now you got me fired up. All right, let's look at my saddest moments. These are my 3 saddest moments from last night. First one, Nick, you'll love this. I was like, you know what? We've got a chance with defense like this. Then the rarely seen offensive foul when you're pushing LeBron from behind. Nick, I think this was like the ghost of Iguodala that Gary Trent was scared of.
Yeah, he was afraid of the chase down. He was afraid of the chase down.
He's terrified.
Correct. Absolutely right.
I'm like,
scared of the chase down.
And LeBron deserves credit for a block on this. It's not going to show up on his stat sheet, but that deserves to be a block. My second saddest moment, Antoine, and again, you're getting me fired up. JaVale McGee's out there looking like Wilt Chamberlain. He only had 5 offensive rebounds, but they were like really disheartening. 3 Blazers sitting around there. Hassan Whiteside's like, what just happened to me? I don't know if this was an effort thing, Antoine, or he's tired. What is your take on this?
It's just one of those nights, Kevin. I don't want to make a bunch of excuses for Portland, but you have nights like this where it just you don't have it all.
All right, and then we saw some good offensive sort of pick and roll play here. Problem is, the Blazers are actually on defense here. Good pick by Nurkic to free up JaVale McGee and trap Dame. And Dame, whenever you see Dame walking around like this, you know it's not a good day. This, it's good. It's very nuanced, Nick. This is good. When Dame's like this, not good. And this is when I was like, it was like a 27-point lead, and this is when I just gave up and started drinking, to be honest with you. So congratulations, Nick. It's a bad day for me.
Nick, I just want to ask you real quick about what Antoine said. Are you concerned at all that the Blazers were able to hold him in check? Does that ring at all that they did have some modicum of success in this game?
No, because with respect to Antoine, I disagree they held him in check. Like, listen, guys, we have to. It's been 17 years. And if we want to say LeBron played poorly when he plays poorly, that is totally fair. Every player is eligible for that criticism. Early in this game, LeBron on almost back-to-back possessions had layups that he smoked. He had bad turnovers. If you want to say LeBron played poorly, of course that's fair. If you want to crush LeBron for game 1, a game where Antoine's saying they held him in check, he put up a stat line that never been done in the history of the NBA playoffs, was fine. For missing those 2 free throws in the 4th quarter, that's fine as well. That's legitimate. But we've got to stop questioning his approach to the games. Because all I heard after game 1, he's got to attack more. He's got to be more straight to the basket, go downhill. And guess what? He knows that you're wrong. LeBron James, 3 highest scoring NBA finals. You know what they all got in common? Loss. LeBron James, single highest scoring playoff series of his career. You know what happened in it? They lost to a Magic team in 6 when he averaged 39. He knows in order to beat the Rockets the next round, guys are going to have to hit threes. And in order to win the conference finals, whether it's against the Clippers or the Nuggets and Jokic, Anthony Davis is going to have to dominate. And so this Portland series who they have total control over, and who at any given moment, if LeBron wants to back down Gary Trent every play of the game and put him in the torture chamber, he can play that card. This Portland series is to get those guys going for the greater goal. And we do this every year. Every game a LeBron team loses, it's like, well, he should have attacked more. He should have been more aggressive.